In this particular session, we'll be discussing the necessary toolkit to develop your e-commerce practices, and the session will be taken up by the very domain experts from one of our closest partners, that's Tenovia. Then we have Sales Assist, and also we have on the panel that would be Shipway, as well as let's say, just a second, Aman, are we audible for you?
Yes, Anubha, you are very much audible.
Aman, am I audible to you? Cool. So also, as usually, let's say one of our closest partners, that's Tenovia, Sales Assist, and one of our very, I'll say, dear friends whom we're very much acquainted with, that's Anshuk. Hi, Anshuk.
Hi, Anubhav.
Hi. So Anshuk's from Adyogi. From Tenovia, we have Murli. And just a second. Aman, could you just welcome every of our partners who will be highlighting the point of discussion here?
Yeah, surely, Anubhav. Let me take this ahead. Thank you for the introduction. Welcome all to Saril 2.0. On special request of the people here, हम ensure करेंगे कि हिंदी में भी बात करें. I'm sure there are people from South as well, so we'll communicate in English and Hindi for this particular session. So the second. So the second session for us today is New Age Social Commerce Strategies Toolkit to get the maximum return on investment for your e-commerce investments. तो e-commerce investments पे कैसे हम लोग better returns लेके आए, maximum returns मिले, इसके बारे में बातें होंगी. And for this particular session, we'll be having Murli from Tenovia, Anshuk हमारे साथ Adyogi से join करेंगे. We'll have Sudarshan from Sales Assist और Vishal join करेंगे Shipyari से. So, do we have all the folks here? Anshuk is there with us, right?
Yes, Aman.
So, Anshuk, अगर थोड़ा सा आप introduction दें अपना and give us a brief insight about Adyogi and yourself.
Absolutely, Aman. Thank you so much. Very happy to be part of this Saral event today. So a little bit about myself. I am one of the co-founders of Adyogi. Adyogi is a marketing platform for direct-to-consumer brands. We work currently with around 300 plus e-commerce brands to help them scale rapidly using Facebook and Google Ads. So we are a partner of Facebook and Google in India. The idea is, how do we sync a brand to the Adyogi platform so that we can promote their products in the best fashion? So the entire intent of the platform is, how do we increase return on ad spend so that every, let's say, dollar which you spend on these ad platforms, how do you get the most amount of sales? We have been working for the last 7 years now, and one of the faster growing marketing automation platforms.
Great, thank you, Anshuk. So we have हमारे पास gurus and yogi हैं, Adyogi. Anshuk is from Adyogi. I mean, people here who are hearing it for the first time would be quite fascinated with the brand name of yours. That's for sure. So moving forward, हमने registration survey किया था. उसमें we had received few questions. उसमें से we'll pick some. Before that, I'll ask audiences कि आप अपने questions जो हैं वो Q&A section में please roll out करें. The format for this session is ask me anything and Q&A. तो आप कुछ भी पूछ सकते हैं from our panelists. I'm sure they will be happy to answer. And moving forward, do we have Murli with us?
Yeah.
Hi Murli, a very good afternoon.
Hi. Hello.
Murli, so if you could give us a brief introduction about you and Tenovia.
Sure. So Tenovia is a full-service e-commerce agency. We basically help brands scale up their online revenues, and we look at all the 6 areas of e-commerce for them. So we look at the product, help them with merchandising, help them with competitor tracking. We look at the supply chain, the warehousing, the marketing, the ratings and reviews, and the technology as well. So, and if all of this stuff is done right, looking at all the metrics, we believe the revenue growth comes. So that's a bit about us. And Yeah, back to you.
Great. Thank you for the great introduction, Murli. So, do we have Vishal from Shipyari? Has he joined in? Sudarshan is there with us. Hi, Sudarshan. A very good afternoon, man. You look great.
Hey, thanks, Amber. Thank you very much. And I'm really thankful and grateful to you for letting me join this wonderful summit. How are you doing today?
I am doing quite well. Excited to be here, Sudarshan. I'm sure so are you.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So if you could give us a brief introduction about you, Sudarshan, and some insights about Sale Assist.
Yeah, I'm Sudarshan Arya, and I am the global business head for SaleAssist.ai. We are an AI-powered video commerce company. We assist e-commerce companies and other companies as well who are in retail and in the social commerce through our video platform to enhance sales, ensure that there is a wonderful customer experience, and it also helps in retaining your customers and for revenue generation. Video commerce being the new face in the entire e-commerce industry, that's what we are here for the future of e-commerce in India.
Thank you, Sudarshan. Thank you. So Vishal is also with us. Vishal Totla is from Shipyari. Hi, Vishal. Can you hear me? Hello? Vishal, are you there with us? Hello, Vishal. Now can you hear me? Vishal, I think you are on mute. If you could unmute yourself and go ahead, please.
Hi, Aman.
Hey, Vishal. Hi.
Hi. So sorry, there was some technical stuff going on. Yeah, hi. Good afternoon, everybody.
विशाल तो थोड़ा सा इंट्रोड्यूस कर दीजिए प्लीज अपने बारे में. आई एम श्योर ऑडियंसेस आर ईगरली वेटिंग.
Yes. Thank you, Aman, for the invite, and I am very honored to be a part of this Saral event, which is the biggest virtual event of the India. Like you said, हिंदी में डिमांड हो रही है लोगों की, so I'll try to keep balance हिंदी इंग्लिश में बोलने का ट्राई करूंगा. So we are a company, Shipyari. We are into logistic service providing company. We provide a lot of different kind of logistic services, right from courier aggregation to B2B to full truckload, part truckload, and warehousing. We have also started with performance marketing stuff as well. So our whole motto is that our sellers should earn. They should get maximum returns of on their investment by giving them the best of the delivery experience to their customers, so that their repeat orders increase and they eventually earn more profit out of it.
Thank you Vishal for the introduction. So हमने जो registration survey run किया था, उसमें we have picked up a question from Swatik Chakrabarti. Swatik, if you are here, please give us a thumbs up in the Q&A or the chat box. So Swati's question is, what should be the plan of action for a brand which has taken the e-commerce route, and what can be the best strategy to increase sales? So moving forward, I would suggest that if Murli from Tenovia being the market enablers, if he could give us some insights about a brand who has taken the e-commerce route, and what can be the strategies for them to increase their sales?
Sure. So improving sales is, I mean, what we have seen with brand after brand, improving sales is the end result, right? What you have to do is focus on the inputs. So, and inputs have to be in multiple areas, right? So you have to make sure the fundamentals are in place. It's a well-oiled machinery. So you have to make sure your product is really very good. And the customers decide that. So you have to keep a very close ear and listen very closely to what the ratings and reviews are saying. If they are not the way you want it to be, tweak it. You have to go back to the drawing board, but you have to do it quickly. You have to, now today in an omni-channel world, everyone is looking for product the next day, right? So you have to make sure your products are as close to the customer as possible. So you have to have warehouses in regional locations. Use the FBA, use the FBF, use 3PLs for warehousing as well, and make sure you have no out of stock stuff, right? So the worst thing is demand is there and then you don't sell, right? So you have to make sure your inventory is well planned, all of that, right? And then once you have your back end in place, start spending a lot more on advertising, right? And it's multi-channel advertising, because you have to think of the top of the funnel. More number of people are aware of you, your brand, you will actually gain more at the bottom of the funnel as well. So don't just look at marketing. I will accelerate marketing and I will get more sales. You look at every aspect of it, right? So if you're a D2C seller, then look at the technology, look at bounce rates. All of it has to be looked together. So that's what we would strongly recommend brands to do. Right? So and how do you do that is also keep metrics in place, measure metrics. I mean, have very, very clear ideas of what you will measure and so on. So all of this done together, you'll actually end up gaining sales.
Thank you, Murli. Thank you for sharing the insights. Anshuk, मुझे लगता है ये question आपके लिए भी थोड़ा apt है. I mean, for all the panelists that we have in this particular session, so we'll take it one by one. Market enablers say we have an answer. So आपसे भी being helping companies to increase their sales rates and getting more customers on board. So at AdYogi, what gurus क्या कहेंगे? AdYogi के gurus क्या कहेंगे इसके बारे में कि कैसे बढ़ाया जाए ये sales या क्या strategy लेके जाएं when going to the market in the e-commerce segment?
Correct. So I'll add a few things to what Murli already spoke about. So let's say if you're selling on your own brand website, okay, e-commerce also is very different if you're selling on brand website and selling on marketplace. So I'll talk about the brand website side of it. So if you're selling on your own website, a few things become important. One is the conversion rate on your website. So you need to be very cautious that your e-commerce website is set up properly. It has the right e-commerce flow, which means it has a product page, it has an add to cart, it has a proceed to checkout, and it has a payment option, which is cash on delivery. So the e-commerce flow is super important. I've seen कि बहुत सारे brands they start marketing without really paying attention to the website conversion rate, and which is why they figure out that it's very hard to scale. So कोशिश करो कि e-commerce conversion rate आपका between 1% and 2% है at least. Anything more than 2% is a bonus. So that's one thing. Second, मैं बोलूँगा, depending on my experience of brands scaling on brand store using Facebook and Google, generally average order value becomes very important. And I'll tell you why, because our experience says that no matter the amount of optimization you do, the customer acquisition cost typically hovers between, let's say, 300 rupees to 1,000 rupees. Okay. So very rarely it comes below 300. So मैंने कुछ brands को देखा है which want to scale on their brand website with an average order value of 500, 600, 700, and it becomes impossible to make money. So imagine आप 700 रुपए का सामान बेच रहे हो, 300 रुपए is the best case scenario of customer acquisition cost, but then there are logistic costs, there are COGS, return cost है, RTO है. So my experience, what I've seen is average order value is super important, and generally it's above 1,000 is great, unless of course आपका बहुत ही high repeat product हो. जैसे हम super bottoms की बात कर रहे थे, it's a very high repeat product, तो उस case में average order value is not that important. So repeat purchase and average order value should also be paid attention to. That's what I would say.
Great, thank you, Anshuk. Thank you. Sudarshan, would like to know your insights. Where does Sale Assist come into picture for, let's say, somebody who is on e-commerce platform? Does it help the new companies who have just started, or shall they wait before to get you on board? Before answering that, since video commerce is a new age technology, I would like you to share some more insights about video commerce. How is it different from chatbots particularly? And how does it help the, let's say, some people who have just started the e-commerce business? Or would you suggest that before getting Sale Assist on board on their website, shall they wait for some time before they start getting some revenue traction or something like that on their website? What do you suggest?
Okay, thanks, Aman. What I would like to say here very clearly is, putting what Murli and Anshuk just spoke about, the entire supply chain, the logistics, the return of orders, and the entire cost of acquisition of customers, all that is fine. Generally, most of the e-commerce organizations who are starting off right now, they have this more or less in mind as to how they have to configure the entire chain. What happens is, as Sanchuk said, that general e-commerce conversion rate nowadays around 2% average around the across the industry. What video commerce brings into place is that it is in between the e-commerce space and the retail store space. Generally, you see a 15 to 20% conversion in the retail store, whereas a 2% average conversion in the e-commerce website space. What video commerce does is, as per statistics, it has been shown that the average conversion goes up to about 10%. Since there is a direct live engagement between the customer and the company. And as we all know, text may speak 100 words, but a video speaks a million. So obviously, whether it is a new e-commerce company or a well-established company, as long as you have your fundamentals in place, video commerce is here now and for the future, can help any company, whether it's on the website or going forward, even if they have their applications on the mobile phone or any other place. So I believe that it's not about waiting for time for video commerce to be implemented. It is probably time now. It is just another jump in the entire e-commerce category. It's an incremental sales from what e-commerce entire business is happening in that space. So with the video commerce coming in, the entire market size is going to grow. That's what I would say about using video commerce right now or maybe going forward.
Thank you, Sudarshan. Thank you for the insights. तो हमारे पास मार्केट एनेबलर्स टेनोविया से आंसर हो गया, एड योगी, द योगीज ऑफ हाउ टू गेट मोर सेल्स से आंसर हो गया है, और असिस्टेंट्स ऑफ सेल्स कि कैसे इंक्रीज की जाए सेल्स, इनसे आंसर हो गया है. नाउ वी आर अप टू द फ्रेंड्स फॉर लॉजिस्टिक्स, द यार्स ऑफ लॉजिस्टिक्स. शिपयारी would want to know your insights, विशाल, की coming from the logistics side of things, कि क्या प्लान ऑफ एक्शन होना चाहिए. ई कॉमर्स पे हम आ गए हैं, नाउ व्हाट शैल बी द वे फॉरवर्ड. आप बताइए थोड़ा कि, और इन सेल्स में कैसे लॉजिस्टिक्स का क्या इंपॉर्टेंस है सेल्स को इंक्रीज करने के लिए.
देखिए, आई ऐड जितने भी स्पीकर्स ने या जितने पैनलिस्ट ने बताया है, ये एक हद तक सारी चीजें काफी इंपॉर्टेंट है टू जनरेट द सेल, बट द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इज दैट वंस यू रिसीव द ऑर्डर, वो अगर हम सही तरीके से डिलीवर ही नहीं कर पाए तो ये जितना भी हमने उस पर पैसा लगाया है टू जनरेट दी सेल एंड ऑर्डर विल गो फॉर अ टॉस. सो लॉजिस्टिक्स प्ले अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रोल, बिकॉज लॉजिस्टिक ही एक चीज है जो आपकी कंपनी को रिप्रेजेंट करती है कस्टमर के सामने. सो इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू पार्टनर विद अ गुड लॉजिस्टिक कंपनी विच कैन गिव अ लॉट ऑफ ट्रांसपेरेंसी इन द ओवरऑल प्रोसेस, राइट फ्रॉम द पिकअप से लेके तो एंड डिलीवरी तक. ट्रांसपेरेंसी इन टर्म्स की हर मोमेंट पे, हर स्टेटस पे कस्टमर्स को अपडेट होना, एंड डिलीवरीज के टाइम पे कोई इश्यूज नहीं होना चाहिए, हो रहे हैं तो कैसे कितने जल्दी हम रिजॉल्व कर सके. द फास्टर द डिलीवरी द बेटर द क्या बोल सकते हैं हम लोग, रिपीट ऑर्डर्स के चांसेस बहुत बढ़ जाते हैं. एंड लाइक मुरली सेड दैट आप कि अगर आपको आपका डेटा पता है, एंड इफ यू नो वेयर योर कस्टमर स्टेज, एंड इफ यू ओपन अप फुलफिलमेंट सेंटर्स और अदर पार्टनर विद फुलफिलमेंट गाइज नियर टू योर कस्टमर बेस, और आप लोग कुछ अमेजोन फ्लिपकार्ट टाइप की उनको कस्टमर एक्सपीरियंस दे सके, आज ऑर्डर किया कल डिलीवर हो गया, सो दैट विल बिल्ड अप द ब्रांड इमेज लाइक एनीथिंग, एंड उससे काफी ज्यादा फायदा होगा. और ये जितने भी हमारी मार्केटिंग और बाकी टीम जो है, जो लीड कैप्चर करने में लगी है या जो लीड सेल्स लाने में लगी है, मेन इज दैट देयर ऑर्डर नीड्स टू बी डिलीवर्ड एट अ गुड पेस. अगर ऑर्डर ही डिलीवर नहीं होगा तो रेवेन्यूज जनरेट नहीं होंगे. एंड विद शिपयारी हम लोग ये इंश्योर करते हैं कि एक्सेप्शंस हो या जो भी बेस्ट ऑफ द डिलीवरी पार्टनर्स हो, वही आपके ऑर्डर्स को लेके जाए एंड दे डिलीवर इन राइट टाइम, so that वो एक अलग ही एक डिलीवर एक्सपीरियंस हम लोग दे सके उसमें.
Thank you, Vishal. Thank you for sharing the insights from logistics side of things. So coming back to you, Murli, So we are talking about the new age social commerce strategies, but apart from the new age social commerce strategies, there is also one thing that is to be kept in mind while you are on e-commerce, to keep the basics right. So what are the metrics that you would suggest that need to be tracked in e-commerce, and how does that impact return on investment?
Okay. Hey, thanks for that question. So if you look at, I mean, everything that we spoke of, all the panelists as well, is that you can break up a customer purchase into three areas. There's a post buy, there is a buy, and there's a pre-buy, there's a buy, and there's a post buy, right? So pre-buy is all the awareness aspect. So you have to, what is happening on the marketing front, what are the metrics, and this session is called social commerce and toolkits, right? So everything impacts. Now, if you look at the funnel, the marketing funnel, so एक है awareness है पूरा ऊपर में. So all your marketing helps your awareness grow, right? Whether it's on social, whether it's on or let's say Facebook, Google, Instagram, जहाँ पे भी है, or on Amazon or Flipkart or Myntra, wherever the marketplaces are, everything helps the top of the funnel to become wider, right? So, and you have to listen to those, you have to measure that, right? How much wider is it? Is it impressions are growing more than last month and so on? And then there is so when brands when customers are made aware of the brands, then, I mean, that's just awareness, right? Then the engagement starts, which is the bottom of the funnel as well. And that wahan pe you have all your touch points, right? How your products look in marketplaces, how is your conversion rate happening in your website, on marketplaces, because you have these data you have access to all these data. But if you start listening to those data correctly, you can actually start improving in every channel. And then finally is the bottom of the thing, what happens in the post buy? Someone has seen it, you've applied discounts, you've applied some promotions, and they purchase it. Then how do you remarket to them, right? So I think we were talking about how the cost of acquiring a customer can be very high, but if you can remarket to them over a 3 month, 6 month, 1 year period, you don't have to reacquire them again and again. And today it's very possible to remarket on multiple platforms, on social, on marketplaces, on your own website, so all of this, just it has to be done diligently. So now and you asked what are the key metrics. So let me work backwards. In your warehousing and supply chain, some of the key metrics is what is the regional utilization percentage, right? How much are you shipping to that region from the same place? How much products are not in stock, because you are losing opportunities every day, right? How many in terms of warehousing, how quickly are your products being shipped out to the customers, right? In marketplaces, what's your conversion rate for a product page on your own site? What is the conversion rate? What is the bounce rate? Then finally, what is the how do you customize, segment your customers into different buckets, and how do you re-engage to them, right? So what is the returning percentage of your customers? Or these are some of the key metrics. Now there are over 150 metrics, but if you break it up into 6 broad areas and then track those metrics, you start doing that, you'll grow on that, right? So our suggestion, our only recommendation would be look at metrics across the value chain, right? From merchandising, from warehousing, all the way to customers, all the way to remarketing. And if you do that well, start at that point. Start looking at 15 metrics, 20 metrics, and then grow from there. Because once you have data, you can then dig deeper and then find out what is working, what is not working.
Thank you, Murli. Thank you for sharing the insights on this. Anshuk, back to you, where Murli has shared कि क्या metrics होने चाहिए. पर हमारे पास I'm sure audiences में ऐसे लोग काफी होंगे जो Facebook पे या फिर Google पे जो है वो अपने ad campaigns run कर रहे हैं. तो उनके लिए क्या strategy होनी चाहिए अपना e-commerce brand establish करने के लिए? If you could share some light.
Yes, absolutely. I'm happy to do that. So Facebook and Google Pay, when we're running ads, the first thing what we need to understand is what type of campaigns to set up, right? And Facebook, the moment you start running your Facebook, the first thing we'll realize Facebook has like 15 different types of campaigns. Okay, you have something called a like campaign, you have an awareness campaign, you have a traffic campaign, you have a conversion campaign, catalog sales campaign. So सबसे पहला point which I would want to stress upon is if you are an e-commerce business and you're starting your website, focus on conversion campaign. Okay, don't go with awareness campaign purely because awareness campaign can spread your budget too thin. Imagine there are 200 million users in India and you run an awareness campaign. You might show ads to like every nook and corner of the country. You will very quickly exhaust your budget. You might end up getting a lot of traffic, but you will realize ki sales nahi aayi hai. So that is the first thing I would say is just focus on conversion campaign. Conversion campaign means campaigns whose objective is to drive sales on your website. Second, I would say once you have decided to run conversion campaign, focus on your products. Okay, I have seen brands who do a lot of brand marketing, and I'm talking about like new e-commerce brands, and they land people on the homepage of the brand. Increasingly, what we have figured out is when you land people on the homepage of the brand, the path to conversion is quite high because they will have to go to the category, they will have to pick a product, they will have to add the product to the cart. So the longer the path to conversion, the lower the conversion rate. So what we have seen is what works really well from a performance marketing perspective is to show products of your brand, let people click on the product and land on the product page. Because most of the people today are very impulse. So Facebook is an impulse channel, right? Nobody is going to come on your website and spend half an hour searching for different products. If they want to do that, they might as well do it on Myntra or Amazon. The reason they are coming on the website is because they saw a product on Facebook. They really liked that product. Impulsively, they clicked on the product and they want to purchase that product alone. So 80% of the cases we have seen is the product which you show in the ad copy is the product which is getting purchased, which is why landing on the product page is important. So these are the two things I would say: conversion pe focus karo and product marketing pe focus karo rather than brand marketing.
Thank you, Anshul. I hope people have got the insights ki ad campaigns kaise run kare Facebook or Google pe. So Sudarshan, coming back to you. You mentioned about what is the conversion ratio? I mean, generally in e-commerce, and how can it be increased using Sale Assist? So if you could share a few examples here, wherein how the companies with whom you have worked, they were able to increase their sales by using the offerings of Sale Assist.
Sure, thanks, Aman. See, let me give it in a broad perspective. When a customer comes on a website, he would either come on the homepage, the landing page, or go on a product page to search for a particular product. In case he likes the product, he will see the pricing. He generally goes and compares the pricing across sites also sometimes. And eventually, if he likes the product and everything is okay, he comes to the cart and tries to purchase. So the abandonment of people going from a website to abandoning your the purchase is either on the home page itself because it's not very convenient or customer friendly for him. On product page because he's not getting the right information or he needs more information about the product. And the cart because there is something in his mind which he wants to be clear about. There's no interaction or interactive communication present at that time. So he tends to move out of the entire website before the purchase. What happens with Sale Assist and how we help the e-commerce companies and websites is that we have a widget or maybe a widget which can be placed on the website on either of the pages, the product page, the cart page, or the home landing page. We also, of course, for the retail and traditional market have QR codes, which are a different use case altogether for various other industries. But coming back to the e-commerce side, in case the customer is having a doubt or wants more information, needs clarification, there's always a live talk button available on each of these product pages or the home page or the cart page. The abandonment ratio, which was about 40% earlier, approximately, has come down to about 15 to 20% by the use of last-minute interaction with the customer. what happens is the last doubt in the customer's mind is the final doubt for purchasing. So once that is clear, there is no reason why he does not go in for purchase. At least the intent to purchase, unless and until, of course, your payment gateway and all should be correct in place. So our widgets, our interactive links or widgets, or I would say buttons that we use across the site has actually helped people to increase the conversions. I would say reduce the abandonment.
Okay. Thank you, Sudarshan. Thank you. तो विशाल, हमने बहुत सारी अच्छी बातें कर ली अपने पैनलिस्ट के साथ. अब हम थोड़ा दुख दर्द बांट लेते हैं अपने सेलर्स का. तो अगर दुख दर्द की बात करें तो व्हाट आर दी पेन पॉइंट्स? क्या लगता है आपको कि लॉजिस्टिक्स के सेगमेंट में सबसे ज्यादा क्या दुख दर्द हो रहा है हमारे सेलर्स को, और शिपयारी कैसे इंश्योर कर रहा है कि ये जो पेन पॉइंट्स हैं हमारे सेलर्स के, लॉजिस्टिक्स के पर्टिकुलरली, उनको मतलब वो ना हो, उनके चैलेंजेस ओवरकम किए जाए, उनका टेक केयर किया जाए? उस पर थोड़ा सा लाइट शेयर कीजिए प्लीज.
राइट, थैंक यू अमन फॉर द क्वेश्चन. So there are couple of pain points जो sellers को होते हैं. Major is managing the NDR कि order आ गया, हमने ship कर दिया. Now the order is stuck because of some reason, maybe because of address issue, maybe a fake remark from the courier company, or maybe there is a payment issue with the end customer, and so on and so forth. So in exception को हम लोग कैसे handle करें? अब if a seller is a big enough, he can afford to have a team who can look after the exceptions. But एक छोटा seller है जो जिसने अभी नया शुरू किया है उसका काम e-commerce में, and he is trying to have some hands on the e-com side of the business, वो इसको manage नहीं कर पाता. In Shipyari, we have a dedicated NDR team which makes sure that all the items, all the shipments which are in the exception state gets an individual, as in we call each and every customer directly and ask for the reason for their rejection of the order, and basis of their feedback, वो जो feedback देंगे वो same feedback immediately through APIs we give it to the courier company. इसमें क्या हो जाता है, immediate feedback आपको मिल गया कस्टमर से, immediate आपने courier company को बता दिया, courier company next day reattempt कर देती है. ये प्रोसेस में जितना डिले होगा उतना चांसेस ज्यादा है कि शिपमेंट आरटीओ हो जाए. एंड और आरटीओ होना एक बहुत बड़ी एक अलग ही समस्या अपने आप में, which burns होल इनटू द सेलर्स पॉकेट, बिकॉज ऑर्डर था, अब डिलीवर हुआ नहीं और वापस आ रहा है, तो जाने का भी पैसा लग गया, आने का भी पैसा लग गया, और सेल ₹1 का हुआ नहीं. सो टू रिड्यूस द आरटीओ आपको इंश्योर करना होगा कि पहली तो एक सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है, आपने पहले ऑर्डर आने के बाद ऑर्डर कंफर्मेशन करनी है. एंड सेकेंड चीज, अगर एक्सेप्शन में जाता है तो एक्सेप्शन को आपने इमीडिएट बेसिस पे रिप्लाई करना चाहिए. अगर आप ये दो चीजें नहीं कर रहे हो तो देयर इज अ हाई चांस दैट योर आरटीओ रेशियोज विल इंक्रीज, एंड इंक्रीज इन आरटीओ इज समथिंग व्हिच इज नॉट गुड फॉर द ब्रांड एज वेल एज for the logistic company, because it creates a negative impact. With Shipyari हमारे पास प्राइसिंग ही ऐसी रखी है हमने कि we don't charge the RTO charges to the sellers. So यहाँ पे उनकी कॉस्ट काफी सेव हो जाती है. And since we don't charge the RTO, our intention here is that my team should be on their toes कि ये shipment deliver होए so that everybody is into profits. इसके बाद आता है आपका COD, जहाँ पे प्रोडक्ट, क्योंकि मैक्सिमम ई-कॉमर्स रन्स ऑन COD orders, so almost 70% of the orders are on cash on delivery basis. आज आपका प्रोडक्ट डिलीवर हो रहा है and you get the remittance of the same within 10 days, 7 days, or maybe some other depending upon what kind of agreement you have done with the logistic partner, weekly or bi-weekly or something. With the COD reconciliation, कि जहां पे हो सकता है कि आपने 100 ऑर्डर डिलीवर कर दिए और आपको पैसा सिर्फ 90 का ही मिल रहा हो. COD reconciliation एक बहुत बड़ा पेन पॉइंट है सेलर्स के लिए, wherein they lose lot of money in spite of delivering the order correctly. So with Shipyari, that is auto reconciled and that has been taken care of. The moment the order is delivered, it is ensured that you will get the amount in within 2 to 3 days and on daily basis rather. So these are all major pain points which seller keeps on coming up with. NDR, RTO are the major pain point of any seller. Yeah.
Okay, thank you विशाल, thank you. थोड़ा सा मतलब दुख कम करने की कोशिश है आपके एंड पे. Thank you so much for sharing the insights. Murli, coming back to you. So we have a question from the audience for you. Mahesh ने हमसे question पूछा है. So Mahesh wants to know wants to have your views on Shopify. What are the things that they should take care while going on Shopify? Are there any pros and cons on for Shopify which you could list upon? And also, if you could share some light on Tenovia's role there, how can you, particularly for sellers like Mahesh, can help them with Shopify?
Okay, so Shopify is a great platform for quickly enabling you on your D2C journey, right? I think it's superb for that. It's low investment. It's easy. It's intuitively easy to run it, and it's low maintenance, right? So now there are some. I mean, so it's great for smaller brands or who want to experiment. Let's say you are a brand who has predominantly worked very well on marketplaces, right? And you are now wanting to explore your own brand.com site. So, and you have a small team, you want to test the waters out. Shopify is the platform for you, right? So go with something like that. And then as you scale up, you start seeing where Shopify has limitations, integrations with your ERP, integration if you have stores, integration with the POS bit. Although there are some omnichannel solutions there, you will start seeing some restrictions. At that time, start exploring a slightly more mature platform which allows more customizations like Magento. So and today also you have more customizations possible in Shopify itself, because in the last 1 year they have done a lot of work on their platform, allowing a lot of customizations. So it's much more flexible than before. Yeah, and but there is a lot of, I mean, it's highly intuitive. It's very low. It's very easy to understand by your team and start getting into details of it. So it's a good platform for that. And how can Tenovia help? We are a Shopify partner. We can help you launch this Shopify. You on the Shopify journey, the D2C journey, and we also do a lot of customizations on Shopify itself for those brands who don't want to move out of Shopify and the need for integrations is much more. We have a full set of developers who actually help customizations on Shopify.
Thank you, Murli. So from Murli, we are back to the yogis of advertisement. We are back to you, Anshuk. आपके लिए audience से एक question आया है, and this question has been asked by Rohit. तो रोहित जानना चाह रहे हैं कि there is a whole FB iOS update. So a lot of brands are facing drop in performance drastically over there. So how can that be managed? Do we have a solution for that?
Yes, Aman, that's a very relevant question. I think this is a major ecosystem update in the last 3 months. So just सबके benefit के लिए, what is this iOS change? I'll try to explain in as simple as possible. So April 2021 में iOS, which is Apple, had rolled out an update that they will allow user to opt out of tracking. इनफैक्ट ऑप्ट आउट पहले भी पॉसिबल था, अब उन्होंने उसको रिवर्स कर दिया है. उन्होंने बोला है कि बाय डिफॉल्ट ऑप्ट आउट होगा, एंड इफ यू वांट टू शेयर डेटा विद थर्ड पार्टीज लाइक फेसबुक, यू विल हैव टू ऑप्ट इन. तो दिस इज अ चेंज दे हैव डन. पहले ऑप्ट आउट का ऑप्शन था, अब ऑप्ट इन का ऑप्शन दे दिया है, डिफॉल्ट ऑप्ट आउट कर दिया है. The latest numbers which we have got, 32% of the users have now opted in to share data with Facebook, which means 68% of iOS 14 users का data Facebook के साथ share नहीं हो रहा है. So that's the ecosystem change. Of course, this has had impact. इसका 2-3 तरीके से impact आया है Facebook में. पहला impact ये है, क्योंकि आपके conversion events कम capture हो रहे हैं, iOS 14 में कैप्चर नहीं हो रहे हैं, इसलिए आपके एड अकाउंट में कम कन्वर्जन्स दिखते हैं, विच मीन्स अगर आप पहले $1000 स्पेंड कर रहे थे और आपको लेट्स से 20 कन्वर्जन्स दिख रहे थे, अब वो 20 की जगह 15 ही दिख रहे हैं। तो दैट्स द फर्स्ट इम्पैक्ट। सेकेंड, हमने देखा है कि क्योंकि कम इवेंट्स कैप्चर हो रहे हैं, फेसबुक का कन्वर्जन ऑप्टिमाइजेशन इटसेल्फ is now having less data to optimize. Because a lot of Facebook targeting is about their conversion optimization, which means they look at the positive events which are purchasing and they try to find more people who are likely to purchase. So Facebook conversion optimization algorithm itself is getting impacted, which will impact not only the iOS users, but also the Android users, because the optimization algorithm is the same across the two platforms. So India में iOS in general is less than 10%, but हमने देखा है कि इसका impact more than 10% है, because like I said, Android devices में भी conversion optimization is getting hampered because of the limited conversion events. So that's the iOS change, that's the impact on Facebook. Now the question which was ki, how can an advertiser overcome this impact? Okay, so 2-3 things come to my mind. सबसे पहला है कि I have seen that 90 to 95% budget of most DTC brands goes by default to Facebook and Instagram. And that's because that was the key platform for the last many years for an e-commerce brand. I would recommend brands to start diversifying their spends into Google Shopping. Shopping is a very good platform. We are seeing very positive results in India. Second, YouTube. Now, YouTube is a platform which is recently really picking up when it comes to ad optimization. Google itself has launched a lot of features on YouTube specifically for e-commerce companies. Features like YouTube for Action, YouTube for Shopping. So both of them can be explored. Third, I would suggest that brands should not rely solely on Facebook attribution, because attribution data is now becoming incomplete, I would say. And they should start tracking their campaigns using Google Analytics also, so that they can check the true impact of the performance. Sometimes क्या होता है, Facebook का ROS आपका 3x to 2x दिखता है, but in reality आपकी website sales गिरे नहीं है. So they should not rely solely on Facebook attribution and rely more on Google Analytics attribution. This is what I would say.
Great, thank you, Anshul. So moving forward to Sudarshan. So Sudarshan, I mean, we keep hearing that video commerce is a rage in other parts of the world. So wanted to know your thoughts on which part of the world is video commerce quite popular right now, and where do you see India as of now in terms of video commerce? How much time will it take for us to be part of that ecosystem?
Okay, video commerce has been very, very effective in increasing the incremental sales to roughly around $11.1 billion in markets in North America and China. We in India, in fact, we've been here for about a year and a half or so, and this is the right time for us to be in the video commerce space to help out the other e-commerce industries, mainly because of, I would say, two reasons. One is the expected revenue for e-commerce business by 2025 is estimated that 70 to 80% of all the revenues is going to be generated through video content. Secondly, about all what the panelists spoke right now, I would say take a few things. For example, Vishal spoke about the RTO and the COD part. Anshul spoke about the marketing perspective of your e-commerce site. And Murli also gave a good insight on the entire Shopify, etc. I would like to put in a little bit of I would say, a perspective from my side. See, what is important today, and also the pain point, is I spoke about what happens to the website. Now, when you have an interaction on video with a customer and the company agent, there are a few things that you need to keep in mind. What happens with Sale Assist? A is that you are real time, you can share your screens. The agent or the customer representative can take control of the customer screen, help him navigate through the entire site, and help him do the purchase. He can also transfer files, transfer documents, take images, fill up the forms for the customer in case required. Number one. Number two, especially in the areas where there's high ticket items like jewelry or fashion, where people require your relatives, your partners, or other people to join into the conversation to take a group shopping experience. What helps in Sale Assist in the video call is that you can actually invite real time up to about 30 to 40 people, irrespective of geography, on the same call and take a decision then and there. The third point comes that all these, of course, are real time, can be put into your CRM and CSV files and transcripts, and we have all the recordings on video and audio available, which can be retrieved anytime for either for you want to do some analytics or reporting, etc. And we also take audio and video feedbacks. Now, feedback was one point which came across that please listen to the feedback that the customer says. A lot of companies that are using Sale Assist are using the good video feedbacks as testimonials and also on their social media handles and channels to actually increase their brand value in terms of this is what a customer is speaking about us. Coming to what Vishal was saying regarding the RTO and COD, we also have the QR codes, which are unique and can be as many as possible, which can be placed on the box of the logistic box which you're sending. Now you can actually scan the QR code, check the contents inside the box before transporting it. And while the customer, before he opens or when he opens the entire box, he can also scan the QR code and see, and it is live interaction between people. And this is what the actual situation of the content is when it's received by me. Hence, what happens is returns get reduced by a lot. Number two. Now, third part amongst all these things put together is our live video streaming, which is going to be a rage going forward. It's already started off in a number of places. We actually do real-time streaming of company use it for product launches, announcements, etc. We do the live streaming on either your website, and also on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram at the same time. So you are actually going for one-to-many in terms of video interaction, which is going to be, I would say, the absolute future. And this is what is happening, coming back to your question, across China and North America. It is growing a little bit in the, I would say, European sector. But yeah, India is at the right time, at the right place to go ahead and use this particular facility.
Great. Thank you, Sudarshan, for sharing your thoughts on the ecosystem and Sale Assist. Vishal, we have an audience question for you. Harsha Nalwad ने question पूछा है आपसे. Happy to take your question, Harsha. तो हर्षा का ये कहना है कि दे आर इनटू हॉर्टिकल्चर और वो लाइव प्लांट्स शिप करते हैं. सो देयर इन व्हाट द प्रॉब्लम दे हैव इज कि ज्यादातर कुरियर एग्रीगेटर्स लाइव प्लांट्स का ट्रांसपोर्टेशन जो है वो एक्सेप्ट नहीं करते हैं, ऐसा उनका कहना है. तो आप कोई स्ट्रैटेजी रेकमेंड कर सकते हैं जिसमें शिपिंग कॉस्ट उनकी रिड्यूस हो सके?
लाइव प्लांट को शिप करना एक अपने आप में बहुत बड़ा ऑपरेशनल चैलेंज है, बिकॉज इट इज अ लाइव प्लांट एंड इट रिक्वायर्स अ लॉट ऑफ हैंडलिंग, बिकॉज इफ द प्लांट इज नॉट treated well, if the box is not treated well, the plant will die unfortunately, and the whole order gets for a toss. So we have done this, we have been doing for a couple of our sellers where we ship the live plants, but the strategy what we ask them is that जो उनका रेडियस है सेल करने का, they keep the radius very keep it very regional. आप ऐसा नहीं करना चाहिए कि you are sitting in Mumbai and you are shipping it to Chennai or probably to a tier 3 city जहाँ पे the transit time is more. So what you can do is you can have tie-ups with multiple nurseries at different places, and you can then treat those areas as your pickup point. And you have to make sure that आपकी packaging बहुत सही हो. Your packaging is very strong enough to sustain the overall transit pressure, which will be put by other parcels as well. So वो एक sustain होना चाहिए. Secondly, the shelf life of the plant should be more than 7 to 8 days. That it should be there. It should be live by the time it gets delivered, so that आप वो water sponges और ये सब चीजें सब डाल के रखें. And secondly, try to build the network locally and regionally so that you can source the item from the nearby area and get it delivered. So these are main issue is why the courier company don't accept the live plant is because there is an issue with the disposition कि अगर RTO हो रहा है या अगर deliver नहीं हो रहा है and the plant has died or there is anything happened to the box during the damage during the transit, so वो damage claim करना एक बहुत बड़ी दिक्कत आती है and secondly they cannot dispose it off directly. There are other compliance issues as well into that. So what we suggest to our seller is try to build the network locally at regional level and try to market your product in the nearby area and not across the country that way.
Thank you, Vishal. I hope Harsha को answer मिल गया होगा. Coming to a question which is open to all the speakers. ये question Sachin ने पूछा है and Sachin's question is what is performance marketing? So Anshuk, would you like to share your thoughts on this?
Yes, of course. So performance marketing is actually when you are running ads with the sole objective of getting sales on your website or getting, let's say, leads if you are doing a lead generation. That in simple terms is performance marketing, as opposed to something like a brand marketing where you are running ads on Facebook, Google, Instagram with the sole objective of increasing awareness. So e-commerce brands ke liye, I would highly recommend that they should consider performance marketing.
Great. Thank you, Anshuk. So coming to Murli, Murli, we have a question wherein it's about the importance of marketplace event days. So when we talk about the marketplace event days for sellers, what do you recommend? Shall they participate? Should they participate in all these marketplace events to garner more sales or more opportunities for them?
Yeah. So I mean, on quick answer is yes, but it also depends on from brand to brand, right? So just like I think there are 2 events around the corner. I think Prime Day sale is happening Monday, Tuesday. Uske baad there is this Flipkart ka big shopping day sales, which is also I think coming up in the next few days. So now what happens is that there is what these platforms do is that they bring a lot of traffic to those platforms during those event days, right? I mean, almost like 2x, 3x sometimes, right? Now, so people, now what the expectations from a brand is that you are expected to give higher discounts, participate in a lot more. So it goes back to some extent as a strategic and a tactical move. So because there'll be so many more people on the platform, can you actually then acquire more customers to your brand using discounts or getting the exposure at a time where the focus is on that platform, right? So from that perspective, you should, if you can. I mean, so it comes to the question that Anshuk was talking about: how high is your average selling price, right? And if you can afford to acquire a customer by, I mean, at say 300, 400 rupees, whatever it is. Now, if that's a problem point for you, that let's say you're in that sub 1,000 territory or sub 600, 700 rupees, then participation for that brand might be a problem, right? So, but the best way to do it, I mean, all said and done, the best way to do it would be experiment. There are lots and lots of event days that happen through the year. I mean, one every quarter minimum. It should not be a rule that you say, I will do it, I will not do it. You should experiment with it, see how it responds to your brand. What you're hoping for as a rule of participation is that, let's say if you are X before an event day, you're going to spend some investment by giving discounts or by advertising a bit more during those event days, maybe 3 days, 4 days. And hopefully you're looking to get to your baseline to improve from X to maybe 1.3X after the event days, right? Now you can experiment literally 15 to 20 times in a year across marketplaces, right? So experiment, find out what that right mix is for your brand. Look at the AOV, look at the cost of acquiring customers, look at how you can remarket to the same customers you acquired. If you're a brand which is in the return usage high, let's say you're an FMCG product, then go do a bit more of that, right? So from brand to brand, but try it for sure and keep an eye out on the metrics.
Thank you, Murli. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. Audiences के लिए ये कहना चाहूँगा मैं कि अभी लास्ट के 10-15 मिनट बचे हैं हमारे पास, तो जो आपके क्वेश्चन है फटाफट से Q&A सेक्शन में डाल दें, एंड उसमें जो इंटरेस्टिंग क्वेश्चंस होंगे वो हम लोग ले लेंगे इस सेशन में रिगार्डिंग द टूल किट टू इम्प्रूव योर सेल्स. So we have a question for you, Sudarshan, here from Vicky. We have a question from Nekpal. So Nekpal has asked you about what are the things that a brand should take care to have to onboard video commerce, and what kind of videos that they will use to increase their sale. So if you could give us an elaboration about your product and features here. I mean, he seems a bit confused how it would work exactly for him.
Okay, I'll tell you how it is. Thanks for the question, and thanks. I'm sorry. What is his name?
His name is Nekpal.
Okay, thanks Nekpal for the question. तो अभी थोड़ा सा सरल आंसर देता हूँ मैं. In SaleAssist.ai, this is the video commerce platform. आपका जो भी वेबसाइट होगा या एप्लीकेशन होगा, we have to just actually, it's a two-line Java code that we have, which is to be put on top of your entire software, and it can be live within half a day with whatever customization, जो भी आपको changes चाहिए, आप whatever you want, we can do that. Now, what happens is from the product perspective, video commerce में the two main things is, one is the connectivity, the bandwidth, of course, between the customer and the customer and the company representative. Second is, it is also important, as we all know, even in the traditional industry, that the knowledge and experience of the agent should be good enough. You do not need extra lighting or studio effects, anything of that sort. A video itself can speaks a lot. So if he's knowledgeable enough, it is very easy to integrate. It takes about half a day. We will just put integration codes on your website, and you'll have a widget done. We can have a half an hour discussion, and we can start it off live. So it is not a rocket science, but it's a new science in terms of new age social or e-commerce strategy in India. So I would suggest that you just have your robust system in place. Give a contact us or visit our site, SaleAssist.ai, www.saleassist.ai. Have a look at the entire system. You can actually register yourself. We will take you through it's very easy to understand the entire product and features on its own. It wouldn't take more than 10-15 minutes. But in case anything else required, I'm sure my name and number or our company would be put on by the panelists on this particular summit for people who want to actually get in touch with us, I'm sure.
Thank you, Sudarshan. उसके अलावा would like to add कि आप लोगों को सरल का e-book भी मिला होगा, जिसमें सुदर्शन की कंपनी सेल असिस्ट और बाकी के जो हमारे पैनलिस्ट हैं उनके ऑफर्स मेंशन्ड है. So you can click those links and avail the offers there. So they'll be happy to give you demos and then move ahead with things. Thank you so much, Sudarshan. विशाल, आपके लिए एक क्वेश्चन है प्रज्ञा से. तो प्रज्ञा wants to know कि बहुत सारे ई-कॉमर्स लॉजिस्टिक्स एग्रीगेटर हैं मार्केट में ऑलरेडी, तो शिपयारी बाकी के लॉजिस्टिक्स एग्रीगेटर से कैसे अलग है?
ये क्वेश्चन काफी बार आता है, हर वेबिनार में आता है. सर्विसेज जो हम प्रोवाइड करते हैं, these are all similar, as in the courier companies with whom we work are all similar with the other competitions. But the thing is, the way we work with our partners or the way we handle the backend, that what makes it more unique in terms of providing the services. जैसे मैंने कहा कि we have our own data structure, we have our own analyst team which provides us the insight ki which area has a better performing company, what services are better performing, and what do you say कि आपका एक्सेप्शन जो हो गया या आपके जो COD रिलेटेड इश्यूज हो गए, ये सब चीजों को आप किस तरह से हैंडल करते हो. So like I said in my earlier talk as well, our vision is that our sellers should be able to earn more. So we are more seller driven oriented company and not just providing the logistics service. So with logistics, we also give them consultation. We offer them strategies wherein due to which they can increase their sale, they can increase their network distribution, and in turn they can increase their revenue. When it comes to other features and all, these are all similar with respect to the competition. But definitely we are known for our customer support, wherein any kind of issues the seller is facing, our company ensures that all the issues are resolved within a specific time period. If it is not getting resolved, it is automatically closed in favor of the seller, so that they don't find any kind of issues into it. Now, there are other couple of things like weight discrepancies and billing issues, which other competition have. We have our own set of things. What we do is we don't directly charge it to the sellers. We first have our own internal check as to whether the weights have been correctly charged by the courier company or not. We ask the seller to give their feedback, and basis on their feedback, we then raise it to the courier company. And all this process happens within a specific time period. And if we are not able to provide any kind of solution to the issue, we give credits directly to the seller. So we are more seller-driven company. We work towards their benefit and not for our own benefits in that terms.
Thank you, Vishal. Thank you for the thoughts. Anshuk, I'm sure आपकी बातों से ना सिर्फ बड़े brands motivate हुए हैं to run the ad campaigns, but there are small new age startups as well who have been motivated. One such person with us is Vicky. Vicky का question है आपके लिए कि do you help with the marketing plans for small D2C brands as well, या फिर जिनका low marketing budget है, or is it for just the enterprises?
Yes, Aman, I think that's a very relevant question. In fact, हमने देखा है कि पिछले 1 से 2 साल में because of COVID, a lot of DTC brands have started up, which is great because selling online is now increasingly becoming more popular. Plus also the target customer in India is now much wider because of COVID and also because of Geo Revolution which came. So we have launched, we had in fact a year ago, launched a plan specifically for startups. We call it as Adyogi for startups. And isme there are no minimum budgets. Any brand can start with like a 20,000 or a 50,000 per month sort of a budget on Facebook and Google. So I will be sharing the link of Adyogi for startups in the chat window. I would highly encourage Vicky and other startups out here to go through the plan and understand. Adyogi ki fees is 20,000 per month, but we also offer a first 3-month discount.
Thank you so much, Anshuk. I think we are running late on time here. It has been a pleasure talking to all of you here now. And also we have got some interesting questions from the audiences that we have had. So moving forward, we would take one more question for Vishal, जो audience से आया है कि there are Vishal, एक question आया है Irwin Chadda से कि there are a lot of issues of fake delivery by courier companies. Even it is not entertained by courier company after 2-3 working days. इसको कैसे address कर सकते हैं if a customer is from remote area and not well equipped on notifications? So again, a pain point that has come up for you, Vishal.
Right. Like I said, this is a very, it is a very huge pain point कि जहाँ पे courier companies mark delivery exception with respect to addresses and all. So remote areas में क्या होता है? There are 2 cases. One is either the address issue, wherein the customer has put in the address of his village and pin code of the nearby city. So in that case, courier company don't deliver the product. And second case could be a fake remark wherein the delivery person has not really attempted the shipment. So like I said earlier, we have our own internal team which ensures that whatever exception is raised by the courier company, we first cross-check with the end customer. We confirm their address, we confirm their delivery experience in terms that what delivery boy had said to them, whether he has called them, whether he has confirmed the address, or what all communication they had with the delivery boy. We take care, we take that into our cognizance, and then we follow it up with the courier company through our internal modes, wherein definitely there are some percentages wherein by doing all this process, still the parcel gets returned, but then maximum number of shipments gets delivered, because if at all it is a fake remark, if the customer is genuinely denied the product to take the product or to accept the delivery, then in that case we cannot do anything much more than to return the product. But definitely Irvanji is a good friend of ours and is a long client as well. He knows our process, and he's very well versed with it. And definitely tier 2, tier 3 cities are difficult in terms of addresses. So that is something we are working on it, and we are coming up with some new services as well, which will ensure that these kind of issues are sorted out.
Thank you, Vishal. We'll take one question from Sudarshan as well. So Sudarshan, there are certain products, particularly जो luxury fashion में या health and beauty में, वहाँ पे product visibility और consultation की जरूरत होती है, right? तो वहाँ पे how can the sales conversion be increased? क्या करना चाहिए उन sellers को उसके लिए?
Yeah, actually क्या होता है कि mostly in e-commerce space like jewelry or fashion or even may not be e-commerce, but even in telemedicine or people, lawyers or professionals who actually उनका main काम होता है consultation का. Now coming to the jewelry section, a lot of people, since it's a high ticket item, need to have exact specifications. The footfall into the stores has reduced due to the pandemic. So what happens with the video, call and a video conversation is the customer can actually show the company as to exactly what he wants. The company in return can also give him options as to what is available. The interaction is actually visible in front of you. So when you can see it on a video, it is more likely to be the same than what you see in an image on an e-commerce site. So therefore, and at the same time, as I said, you can have a group shopping experience, especially in big ticket items. You can call your family, friends, etc. And it helps a lot. Consultation, or we want to show the product, the specifications, or you want to actually know whether it is suitable for me as look. Feel to आपको मिलने के बाद मिलेगा, but the look is much more clearer in the Sale Assist video commerce platform.
Thank you, Sudarshan. Thank you for the answer. Murli, we would like to conclude with you. We would like to conclude this session with you. Our conclusion में question ये आपसे कि what are the most important things that seller should keep in mind for the sales to keep increasing? I believe this will sum it up the tools that we have been talking about, the strategies that we have been talking about to increase the sales of the sellers in the new e-commerce strategies.
So I think, I think the fundamental belief that we have is revenue will grow if all the other areas of e-commerce grow, right? So in this panelist itself, we've got people who are in the pre-buy aspect, like Anshok and Sudarshan, who are helping more people be aware of your brand, right? So, and then in the post-purchase, you have like Shipyari and Vishal, who are helping that put focus on the post-purchase experience, right? So our only simple advice to all the brands is revenue will grow, focus on the inputs. That revenue is a last metric. You do everything else correctly, revenue will grow by itself. But please pay attention, not just on marketing, not just on supply chain, not just on product. It has to be the attention has to be uniformly distributed across these 5-6 key areas of e-commerce. And just to repeat those key areas of e-commerce, it is the product/merchandising is one. Your supply chain, how your products are distributed across the country is two. Your warehousing, how quickly are you shipping out your orders? Are you replenishing on time? your marketing, which is, are you marketing correctly across all these platforms at the same time, as opposed to paying too much attention only on one or two channels? And the fifth area is like your products and your reviews and rating, right? Pay very, very close attention to it, because that completes the feedback loop and allows you to get, continuously improve, right? And if you do all these things right, you will start getting higher revenues. So
great. Thank you, Murli. Thank you, Sudarshan. Thank you, Anshuk. Thank you, Vishal, for sharing your thoughts. It was a great pleasure and lovely talking to you. आप लोगों के लिए और भी बहुत सारे questions हैं chat box में. Maybe if you could take some time to answer those people, the audiences, the questions which we have not been able to take up. And Anubhav can take it ahead from here for the next session, for the next round of panelists. Thank you all again. Thank you for
thank you, Aman.
For your time.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Aman.
Pleasure.
Very happy to be part of Saral.